Do you want to know from an intuitive with over 10 years of experience that has been coaching successful women from all over the world, how you can vet and attract your partner, how you can use your intuition to attract your partner? Now, I warn you, this video is not about, it's gonna come with the death of your ego, okay? And if you are unwilling to let go of your ego, then this video is not for you, okay? If you're gonna get all puffed up and you're gonna think that what I'm saying is impossible, that you cannot change it, or that I'm being too idealistic, well, there's nothing that I can do about that. I love you, but there's nothing that I can do about that. I can only help you if you can realize that your ego is getting in the way of you manifesting your man, all right? If we good with that, then we are good. Make sure that you follow me, leave me a comment as well, because this helps this channel. There's been some people that have been really upset with some of the messages that I've been saying. So they've been trying to sabotage this channel, but the testimonials that I have on my website speak for themselves. You know, you don't pay attention to envious people. But anyways, we're gonna go deep into this. So, okay, if you wanna use your intuition to attract your man, and you wanna know how to use your intuition to vet for your man, you wanna understand that you gotta let go of your ego. You let go of your ego. Your ego clouds your senses, okay? And specifically for us women, society, social media, short graphics, all of that is creating, heightening a lack of sense of self within women, okay? Not only were we bombarded with a lack of sense of self with parents, it could have been a mother, it could have been a grandmother, which I'm gonna be blunt, they had some pick-me energy, let's be real. If you grew up with a parent or a mom or family member that had pick-me energy, meaning they try to drill in your consciousness how you needed to be in order for a man to choose you, you know what I mean? Like they're teaching you basically how to abandon yourself so a man chooses you. So it's not like you being in your queen energy, you being your goddess energy, choosing your king, your man, and vice versa. Because I believe that it has to be on both ends, and it has to be an equal give and take in the form of love. It's not about ego pursuits, it's about love. So it's just a losing field for women when women are thinking that they are operating under, like, you know, in the name of power, as they're vetting or as they're connected with people, when they are operating with a lack of sense of self. This cannot continue anymore. You know, as an intuitive that has been working with clients successfully for so many years, and somebody who has dedicated thousands of hours, I'm around maybe 30 something, thousands of hours studying the feminine consciousness in every level possible, including the nervous system. When I hear that the angels are telling me that over like 80 something, 60 something to 80 something % of women have on some degree an absence of self, that's not right. It doesn't sit right with me. See, you know, you hear a lot of messages when they say like people do not see themselves clearly, or you cannot drill consciousness onto people or awareness onto people. I'm telling you, wake up. That's an extremely high number. You need to wake up. A lot of people think, well, I did my best in love, etc. No. In order for you to do the best for you in love, you gotta be able to look at your ego. In order for you to be able to vet a man, you gotta work on that absence of self. Enough is enough. Do you know the amount of women who only want a partner to look good? See, what does an absence of self look like for a woman? Okay, it looks like, because I mean, even like really independent women, successful women have some of this too, and that's the message. Because if you hear a number like 60 something to 80%, like that's big. That impacts everybody on the planet. Okay, that impacts men, etc. That absence of sense of self can lurk within like your consciousness or in your relationship. Let's say you're looking for a man or you found a man, that absence of self can lurk somewhere, you know, because women have been trained from the very beginning to compete with other women, and now women are competing with men too. Like, so let's say your partner, you're in a relationship and you're competing with a man, that could come from an absence of self. Okay, so let's explore that further, because you want to be able to use your intuition effectively and powerfully to attract men. This is for the no nonsense type of person who really wants love and is not willing to spend years of her life being like, oops, you know. So in order to address your so in order to build your intuition, you need to address your ego, like I was saying. So what does that look like? You need to leave arrogance at the door, like straight up arrogance. Your need to compete with another woman, meaning me or somebody else, meaning you're in a space where you're learning from another woman and you're competing with that person and you are trying to degrade that person in your consciousness, is an absence of self. And then you start to build arrogance and you're trying to fight with that person. It doesn't have to be me. It could be whichever woman you're learning from, okay? And you're competing with them, but you're so ready to listen and to drink everything that, you know, a man is telling you, like a male coach is telling you, or somebody's telling you, you're like, oh my God, you're so right. But when it's another woman, like, I don't want to comment, like, I don't want people to know this, I don't want to do a bunch of stuff. That's an absence of self. What is that doing? That's distracting your energy. Whenever you're arrogant, you cap your learning. You cap your learning. So arrogance is critical to remove, because if you are competing with another woman, like, you can bring that, like I said, that energy onto your relationship, or it can distract you from seeing, like, you are more committed to competing with another woman than actually attracting your partner, even though you're saying through your mouth and to your teeth that you really, 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 really want love. So arrogance is not something that's gonna really help you. So why do I say that this can actually harm you? It's because the awareness that you think you know, and that you're a better learner, or you already know what somebody's gonna say, that energy can get in your relationships. So it's part of what I'm hearing that is being shown in TV and society a lot, like movies about a woman that knows it all, and she's always knows everything, and the man is a fool and the man is dumb. How many movies have you seen of that narrative? You watch shows like, I hear, like Bridgerton and stuff like that. I recently watched the latest season, and the lead was telling, like, the guy, like, what to think and what to feel. Yo, we gotta stop that. We gotta stop that. So that arrogance that you think you know and that you're constantly competing, that impacts your capacity as you're choosing your man, because that arrogance can translate into also with the man that you're with, or you're trying to meet, and you might not even realize it, but I'm here, like, you could be arrogant. So you want to work in clearing and doing nervous system reprogramming around that need to know, that need to control. It can come from an abandonment issue, a need to try to make yourself safe, try to fight off that absence of self, okay? But, like, you don't fill up that absence of self trying to be better than somebody else. The answer is by liking yourself, knowing that you are enough and that you're loved by God, no matter what, that you are a phenomenal human being. That is fullness of self. It's not arrogance. It's not, I need to compete, I need to be better. So that is critical. And I hope that you can hear me on this, because I think I sometimes spend too much time trying to, like, help people see this, but men, the ones that are predators, that are not good, they can see when a woman is trying to compete and try to be better. And the need to be better is not just through clothes, or like being, I hear, kind of like Puritan kind of like, or being super sexy, or being super spiritual, or being super, I'm here, like, kind of geeky, or like really intelligent. That need to fill up and be better than another person can reject another part of yourself, you know? So that can impact, I hear, like, your intimacy. Like I said, once again, you could be trying to compete with your man, and we can no longer operate from a lack of sense of self, all right? Learning requires a lot of humility. Love requires a lot of humility, an absolute willingness to see within yourself. And if you're trying to, I hear, make like a project out of the man that you're with, trying to fix him, change him, know everything that's going on with him, but you don't work on yourself, that's not gonna last. And a lot of women, when they feel like they're failing, they act like they know it all. Okay? So in order for you to boost your intuition to attract your partner, you've got to look within. You've got to truly even admit when you feel like you're failing, or you got to admit and recognize what are those fears that are currently going on from within. In order also to build your intuition to attract your man, like, you have to know, I hear, what are your follies? Like, so what does that look like? I hear you got to know, what are your real belief systems about men? You know, do you feel safe around men? Do you bring an energy of restlessness out of a fear of not being chosen? I hear there's an energy that keeps coming up about knowing it all, looking like you know it all, looking like you have it all together. When you are overly committed to how you look like, which if a woman has a fear of abandonment or a fear of not being seen, you can be very committed to how you look like. And we can see that how a lot of times relationships fall apart because the woman is committed to looking like the better woman, I hear, like in the block or in the village or in her friends, or committed to seeing like she has a man that dotes on her. So when you're overly committed to your image, I hear you cannot be committed to love, because you're gonna have to change some aspects of yourself truly that are operating in ego. And let's be real, we all sometimes operate out of ego, but we want to be able to check ourselves. It's just very easy to look at what the man is doing or what the man is not doing, and for that reason you either choose to hide, meaning you don't go out, or you push people away, or you push men away. Okay, so the other element that before we wrap up this video about building your intuition is that, you know, with an absence of self, you make yourself prey to the men who will try to tear you down. A fullness of self is, like I said, liking yourself. Your belief systems about attracting love are really closely related to what you learn around ages 0 to 6 or 7, when your subconscious was in theta. You were building a sense of identity then. And within those years, if you were told that you had to change who you are or self-abandon to meet a man, then you might not, like, when you are choosing a man in the present moment, you might be more committed to pleasing him than really integrating the belief systems of you're worthy of being pleased, you're worthy of being happy, you're worthy of being met, you're worthy of being cherished. So programming those things into your nervous system and to your subconscious is not just about affirmation work. You're going to go to the core of things. When you program that in, that you are going to be met, that you're going to be cherished, that will relax your senses. Your energy, meaning all of your senses, including your psychic senses, will not be overwhelmed or stressed out trying to get attention from people or trying to compete with people, but you will be chill. You will be very relaxed. And when your senses are relaxed, you can actually access whether somebody is really good for you or not. Okay, I've seen that a lot of women who are more so committed to their image in their consciousness are disconnected from themselves. They self-abandon, and it reflects in the choice of partners that they choose. Men who are not treating them right, who don't choose them, and they are feeling invisible once again, and they try to portray the perfect image on the outside instead of actually doing the real work. Expect to be cherished on the inside. You will act differently, you will show up as the chooser, and you will be met as one. You will actually meet a man that will chase you, who will desire you, who wants to keep you, wants to be with you, who will show up for you, and who will be at your level. It's really what's going on the inside, not about the clothes you wear, about how you look, the surgeries, anything. It is about how you feel on the inside, and I mean that. If you want to work with me in Blissfully Feminine, Happily, and in Love, a 4-month program designed to help you integrate the energies of bliss, of happiness, of being chosen, and of you choosing no matter what, really filling your sense of self so that you are not distracted and making like the wrong choices with the man that you're attracting. Then a link is going to be below so that we set up an assessment call. That investment goes into the program if you decide to do so. And there's some affirmation tracks, affirmation tracks that I think you really like. And I'm also getting to offer an opportunity where, a couple of months ago, or I think maybe a month ago, I offered an opportunity if you wanted me to do a reading or message for you on your potential soulmates, 2 potential soulmates, maybe what they look like, where you could meet them, some of your potential follies, and also some of the things that could show up in the relationship and how you can shift them. That option is going to be available below there as well. I'm sending much love. I hope this message connects with you, and I'll talk to you soon. And please comment because it will really help the channel. Let me know what you got from this.